If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? Happy Friday. We are 2 days away from it officially being 2023. It is right around the corner, man. A new year. More time to continue on with the blessings that rain down upon you. You see the title. This is real church today. We having real service today. We gonna talk about some real shit today. But you know we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. GMS family, if you are here watching the live, please insert yourself in the live chat. Let me know you are here. Check in, tap in. Shout out to Infinite Umbra, Ben Frank, Justin Furlow. Happy birthday. It's his birthday tomorrow, man. Send us some love, y'all. Arius, Baby G, Marcus Speaks. Who else, man? We got Vel in the building. Knockout Noda, Black Man, America. Now, can the church say amen? What up, Jan Wynn? We got some things to talk about, man. I know there's some new discoveries today, man, and we're going to get to that. But, you know, I like to save a lot of the good things that happen on Friday for the 3Gs podcast, because that's where we really go in at. And it's a good time over there. So we're going to talk about the Tory stuff. We're going to talk about more things going on in the world. But that's going to be tonight on the 3Gs. I am, though, however, if you stick around, I promise you that we will hear that phone call. I'm going to give my opinion on the phone call, but we really going to go in later tonight on 3Gs. But now, we need to speak on this because I know that this has been a topic a few times. Not even just a topic, but it has come across the conversation quite a few times with us here at the GMS show. And it's about church. And I know a lot of us, especially as black people in this country, we grew up going to church, regardless of how your life turned out or who you are as an adult. Most of us grew up going to church. It was just that thing that we did. And we, you know, at a young age, couldn't really understand it, but we still understood it. We went, you know, we did what we did, and that was that. But as you get older and as you see things and you start realizing certain things, then you kind of start questioning things, and you start to think about how this thing is affecting you and how it could potentially affect you in the future. Now, there's been so many things that have happened over the years, not just with a few churches, but many churches. And I think that a lot of people, aka pastors, have found a very lucrative hustle, especially if you're a person that is good at talking and good at leading people and influencing people. It's pretty easy to, if you're that type of person, it'll come easy to you to actually swindle people or make people believe that what you're saying is right. And I wanted to have this conversation because this isn't about me shitting on religion. It's not about that. This is about the aspect of church and what we have to go through as regular human beings in our lives, and having to think we can turn to other human beings and think that everything will be all right. I have my own personal relationship with God myself. You don't have to. I'm not trying to tell people to do so either. Do what you want to do with your life. But I've grown to realize that I did not need to go to church to have my own type of relationship with God and to believe in certain things, and and to even pray. I didn't need to go to church for that. I didn't need to go and participate in that. One thing that I do want to say is that it fucks me up because I know that our people rely on church to feel better or to make them think that better things are coming, when really that's a speak into existence isn't something that is created by the church. It's not something that was created by pastors. It's something about the universe. It's something about that type of energy that will actually bring and I believe this. I think you can speak things into existence. I believe that we can, if you encourage yourself or encourage the people around you, it can help people. It can help yourself. You can, reach tangible things in life, especially if you put the work behind it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these things are empty because they think that, people are just supposed to pray and then they'll get what they want out of life. When, you exclude trying to be a good person or exclude actually having to put the work in, people start to believe in something that actually won't be tangible, something that they can't actually get because they don't know how to actually put the shit or the work behind that. One thing I'll never understand is how the system of, hey, if you give me money, aka me, the church, or me, the pastor, then you'll be able to get blessed 10 times over. If you don't see how that's a mind game with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even rooted in the actual spirituality of it. It's not rooted in God. It's rooted in them wanting to make money. And when you see that as you get older and start seeing, it's not even just about the money aspect. There are certain things that happen in the church are so foul. It's like, how could anybody continue to go to something and think that that's the place you need to be? Like, if there was a pastor or a priest or anything like that did some foul to a child inside of that sanctuary, you gotta move sanctuaries. The devil's in that motherfucker. The devil is present there, right? Apparently. I'm just going based off of how I feel like it would have happened in those times, in biblical times, man. If something horrendous happened in a certain place, people don't want to be at that place. But the brainwash of it all has held people inside the congregation thinking that, you know what I'm saying, thinking that it's something that they need to do. I honestly, and once again, just to reiterate, this isn't me trying to come down on religion or shit on people who believe in whatever they believe in. This is about the human aspect of church and what surrounds it. The people that have taken advantage of their congregation, who have scammed people, who have not actually tried to help the community, who actually don't do the things, that don't actually practice what they preach, quite literally. These are the people that have discouraged and put people back, like myself, from even attending church. You know what I'm saying? Like even, you know, with most recently the Lamar Whitehead guy from Brooklyn. You know, let's just say let's give the guy the benefit of the doubt and say that he was really trying to help the community. What would be his point to do what he's doing as far as like the lavish lifestyle and coming down on his congregation for not giving more money to the church type shit when you should be the one trying to help your congregation come out of shit? I feel like that should be a pastor's sole purpose. Because if you're trying to follow behind the Bible and everything that happened with Jesus and in that aspect, Jesus was giving, right? He was giving to people. He was doing what he had to do to try to be there for individuals, not just take shit from people and feed them whatever it was to make them give him what they wanted. So it's like, and here's where my theory of the church should have been a black bank. And this is where it actually gets deeper than what you think, because I'm gonna get into the other shit, but the church should be a black bank. Meaning, if you're going to church to give tithes and offerings, that should be your savings. If Sister Obesity and Brother Big Belly over here, because you know a lot of niggas at church be heavy set, you know, shout out to my family, but you know what I'm saying? If brother here and sister there got to have a main job and a side hustle or a second job and other things they need to do just to make ends meet in their own house, but every Sunday coming to church to give you money, then there's no excuse for a pastor to not have more than one job. There's no excuse for a pastor to not have more than one job. He shouldn't just be preaching. If you need to make ends meet and you want to have a certain lifestyle, you have to work for that, just like everybody else. The church should be a black bank to where when you give your tithes and offerings, that money is put away at that church. See, the church is tax free, and the church is also in cahoots with the government. So if we take this and we have an understanding as a people, like, hey, we need to take this opportunity to really build some type of black wealth, what you do every Sunday or whenever you go to church, every Sunday or every Wednesday, whenever it is, and whenever you have offering happen and people give that money, that is their savings. You put it away in that church, that black bank, and at the end of the year, you give people the option to take the money out that they started to save through the year, or you continue to add to it. There's no interest. There's no none of that. It's just what you put in there is what you put in there, and that's where it stays. And the more you add to it, the more you will have when you need it. That's what I think should be happening. There should be no reason why. There should be no. I don't even believe. Like, what is a mega church? Why does a mega church even exist? That's just a business to me. That's a business. What also fucks me up is the hypocrisy. We don't talk about a little bit of the scams, but the hypocrisy of it all. You'll have people in churches, and I've seen this personally, where they try to condemn other people in the church for doing certain things when they ain't got shit figured out, or they not doing right in they own home or behind closed doors. For example, teenage girl who was at a church that I went to, that I will remain nameless. She ended up getting pregnant. And what happened was the pastor decided that when he found that information out, that he was going to have that girl go up on stage to apologize to the entire congregation for getting pregnant at a young age. Imagine having to do that at like 15, 14 years old or something, maybe 16, whatever young teenage age. Imagine having to do that as a young woman. Regardless if it was a situation that you wanted to be in or not, why am I apologizing to a congregation of people who could possibly be doing worse than me? What am I apologizing to them for? I didn't do anything to them. I didn't do shit to none of these people. Why am I apologizing to them? And a matter of fact, why am I apologizing for you? Do we know what be going on in pastor's house? Does the congregation know what's going on with pastor's kids? Usually, the pastor's kids are the worst, because they the ones that want to experience life the most, because they the ones that be getting held back, having to read the Bible every night before they go to sleep and pray every hour of the day and go to every church event, go to every Sunday, every Wednesday, every Saturday, every whatever, and can't do shit. They develop friends in the church who actually get to go out and kick it with their friends and experience certain shit. Then they get curious and then they go out and start doing a bunch of shit and fucking up because they going too hard. And because it's so much fun, they like, why was I being kept from all this fun going around? When really it's just, you know, a bunch of drugs and alcohol and shit and bullshit and sex and, you know, the regular old shit. But it's a lot of shit that they were kept from. And it be the pastor's kids who be the main ones fucking up. And it still rings true today. Having that type of shit happen, having to be the type of church where you try to ask for the congregation, not only them having to do tithes and offering every fucking Sunday, but then you try to do funds and what do you call it? You try to do like fundraisers and trying to have people donate to the church, do the building fund. That's what it is, the building fund, so that they could try to move to another spot or try to help pay their fucking mortgage. It's like, this brings back my point. You have people out here who are already struggling enough to pay their rent, to pay their bills, to try to keep food in their house. But here you are as a nigga that gets paid every single week, hundreds and thousands of dollars, depending on how many people you have at your church. And you trying to do extra shit. You trying to have them not only pay they shit, but your mortgage. Shit you supposed to be taking care of. Didn't nobody ask you to become a pastor. Didn't nobody vote for you to become a pastor. Didn't nobody put you in this position. You chose to take this position. I wish this is how this looks. What you think if you walk into your job, right? You short on rent at home. And you walk in the job and say, hey, I'm short on rent. We need to do this fundraiser so I can help pay my rent. So I'm going to need everybody at work to pay me at least $100. I said, nigga, you already at work. You already at work. What you want us to do about that? You already at work. Where is all this money going? And it's not that, it's not a regular mortgage payment either. It's a fucking church. Like, you want everybody to chip in. I heard it was a pastor that asked everybody to pay at least $1,000 to try to help them reach their goal to pay their mortgage. Think about that. Think about asking a bunch of struggling ass people who are already trying to figure out how they gonna make the next dollar to help pay for their own shit, to help you pay for hundreds of thousands of dollars in mortgage that you need to be focused on. This is why I said pastor need to go get another job too, or at least do some more speaking engagements. Shit. You already out here hustling for $1. You might as well go around to other churches and try to get some money that way too. Go somewhere in a different state and be a guest pastor somewhere. Do something. I mean, damn. That shit, it fucks me up, because you'll have people out here struggling. You'll have people out here that are dealing with a whole bunch of shit, and they can turn to the church and ask, hey, they ask their pastor, hey, I need help doing this and that. Niggas turn around and say, God will bless you. He say, God will bless you. Diamond ring on, fucking iced out Rolex, God will bless you. Just trust in him, believe in him, pray. I promise you. Obobo Shanda, he will bless you. The nigga able to do it, but he just like, nah. I'll wait till next Sunday when I have to ask y'all to put tithes and offering in and help this building fund. Now, I'm not saying that a pastor can't make money, because I heard a good point earlier, and this is why I said it's not to like shit on religion or anything like that. If you're somebody who is a pastor and you want to start a church, and you straight up are with your congregation and let them know, hey, this is what I do. I'm here to spread the word. I'm here to do this, but I'm also here to live and, you know, take care of my responsibilities as well. I will be asking for tithes and offering. It's a choice. You have 100% the choice to, you know, give tithes and offering, but I will let you know that that money is going to help me and what I have to do to continue to help build this church and help build the congregation, and so on and so forth. If pastors will come correct like that, maybe it will be more beneficial, because it's not like they ain't already encouraging people enough by doing what they do. I've seen a lot of convincing pastors over the year that make people believe that their whole life finna turn around. So if you good at preaching, you good at doing what you do, the money will come. But don't pull the wool over people's eyes. Don't make them believe that something may happen for them just because they're giving you money, or believe that this is something that's going to God. What does God need your money for? God don't need your money. With what? Excuse me? You think God is up there talking about some, man, I need them blue faces? Come on now. What? What does he need your money for? It's a weird construct, isn't it? Black Man America said, go to church to find Jesus to help with your problems, and the devil and they're taking your money. Exactly. Jeff, what up, Jeff? Jeff said, people stop going to church because the knowledge of all things spiritual is being revealed. Now we are in the age of Aquarius. Come to the first church of holy shit here on YouTube. It's my church. You can send me a love change or don't. That's what I was gonna say. I was just about to say that on the tithes and offering side of the game. I was finna say that, because I'm like, that's pretty much our take here when we do shit like this, when we do podcasts and shit, when we say, hey, donate to the Cash App. You know where your money's going. I'm not telling you, hey, God is gonna bless you if you send me donations. I don't know what you're doing in your personal life. You could be a great person. You could be a piece of shit. I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. If I say, hey, you know, leave a super chatter, hey, hit me on my Cash App, that's going to help improve what I'm doing already. That's common sense, though. People already know that. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is appreciated, because people don't have to do it. It's a choice. It's a very clear and precise choice. And people make that choice. They don't make that choice. It doesn't move me to, you know, want to do this or not. I do this because I want to do it. You know what I mean? And I think more churches need to be authentic in that way. Come correct with your congregation. If you have a passion for, you know, preaching the word of God and doing all that, then do that. But be authentic, be real with the people that you have up under you. You know what I'm saying? Sister Odell coming over to tell you that she having problems at home. Be straight up. Hey, I don't know what I can do to fix that. I'm not finna lie to you. Hey, Sister Odell, I got things going on in my house too. I'm here to spread the word and try to give encouragement to help people try to move forward with their life and try to help them with situations in their life. But you know, when it comes down to the problems in life, these are all things we got to handle on our own. And if we are, you know, fortunate enough to have people in our corners and people in our life to help us in a certain way, then that's just what it is. You know, a lot of people have support systems. A lot of people have good support systems. A lot of people don't. A lot of people are out here on their ass by themselves trying to figure it out. They got something going on right now, man. It's trending right now on Twitter. The Minneapolis Police Department, man, went somewhere deep to go. They went to a little camp area where a bunch of people are literally out in tents outside in the cold because they don't have a place to stay. They went and bum rushed these people with, I mean, I can't even explain how many cop cars was out there, which is crazy to me because Minneapolis is the same city that has been putting empty cop cars on different blocks of the streets to try to increase police presence. But y'all actually brought real cops over, a bunch of them, hundreds of them over, to try to kick out homeless people from already being homeless out in the street. Where the fuck else? That's the one thing I do not understand. Please make sense of this. Motherfuckers is homeless already. You kick them out of being homeless to go be what? Homeless somewhere else? Just to go repeat and do the same thing over somewhere else where they at? It makes no sense to me. Then on top of that, to even to bring that into correlation with the church, there's so many churches that exist in this world, let alone Minneapolis. Why are there, like, there's so many entities that claim to be good places and places that try to want to uplift people or try to help people or do good by people, yet we have such a horrible problem with the homeless. It's ridiculous. Let me see if I can pull this up. Actually, I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on, give me a second. It's up here though. Sorry for the skippage because I'm going online now, so you know my shit's trying to keep up with the my CPU's trying to keep up with me. But here we go. Here it is. It says our tax dollars at work. All this cruelty, all this waste of resources. Look at this. They got all types of shit around here to try to get all the homeless people that was there out of a space that wasn't even occupied, I don't think. People literally freezing to death in these cold temperatures. Where else do you think people are gonna go? Where do you think where did you tell them to go? You just told them to get the fuck up and walk away? Where the fuck do you think they're gonna go? Bro, even so, like a couple years ago, bro, everything was so fucked up all over the place. There was literally, I remember getting off the exit. Hiawatha is the exit out here in Minneapolis. And off the exit is like right next to the off ramp. There's a bunch of grass right next to like a soccer field. It was lined up. I'm talking about all the way lined up. At least over 100 yards of tents. Now, regardless of how that looks, these people are clearly homeless. They have nowhere to go. Minneapolis out here, they say, you know what? We need to get these homeless people out of that area. They went, they kicked them out and put fencing around the area so that people can go over there. And now they're starting to build. So, you know, like when you go under a bridge somewhere, over a highway bridge or some type of bridge, and you see like the little corner part or some shit where people kind of go up and kind of stay up under there, under the bridge or whatever. I don't know how to put it, but you know what I mean. they started putting bars at the top of those, and like long bars to keep people from setting up camp under the bridge. They're doing they're using all resources to try to stop homeless people from being homeless, but won't do things to actually stop people from being homeless. You don't put things in place to try to actually, there's not a plethora of shelters. There's not any aid. There's no trying to figure out the homeless problem. You're only increasing the prices of shit. There's inflation, and then you're only keeping the price of, or you're keeping the wages of what people make the same. So now we can't even look at homeless people the way that the stereotypical homeless person has been looked at over the years, where, this person was just lazy and didn't do shit with their life and fucked up. Nah, a lot of these people were motherfuckers who had shit. A place to stay, a car, and shit went to hell, and they weren't able to pay for what. See, that's another thing a lot of people don't get too. Not everybody is on government assistance. There's people out here who actually really have to really bust their ass to try to make sure they have a roof over their fucking head. A lot of people are fortunate to be in the situations they're in. There's people out here who really cannot maintain shit, not because they're not even working hard enough. People will have 2 jobs, then try to make a hustle on the side just so they can make ends meet, just so they can pay their bills and barely have enough to eat, to the point where it's like, what else can I do? The prices is moving up. The rent is moving up. The price of food is moving up. What am I supposed to do? You can't go on the internet and find just a regular fucking, let me try to find a beater car just to have something to go to point A to point B without seeing a overpriced or seeing something that's overpriced, because it's not that person's fault who's selling the car. They need some money too. They need to pay their bills too. Which is why the people that go on the internet to flash money and flash materialistic shit don't understand that it's gotten to a point where people don't like seeing it, not because they can't have it or because they're jealous. It's because people are literally struggling, trying to fight to make ends meet, and motherfuckers try to throw it in people's faces without even knowing it. Do you understand there are enough billion, and this is not even for the pocket watchers or trying to just, oh man, please throw me a bone, let me get a handout. No, this is just facts. There are enough millionaires and billionaires on this planet to help stop the homeless problem going on in America and around the world. There's enough money to create resources between every single one of these millionaires and billionaires to try to help fix major problems going on in this country that is just never going to happen. We've idolized materialistic shit. We've idolized trying to be the top gun, the most popular person, the most richest person in the world, to have this imaginary validation about yourself. You think that you can take this shit with you when you die, and you can't. I would personally be the type of person that would want to see this place thrive and be as good as it can for my generation for as long as it can. The selfishness, the greed, and the plain old no real actual care for another human life, like authentically, I'm talking about actually giving a fuck about the next human being, whether you know them or not, that is lost upon us as a society. This is why I can never look at outrage on Twitter or on any type of social media platform and think of it as something that's real, because you know for a fact most of these people go out here in real life and don't practice what the fuck they preach. They don't speak up like they do on the internet. They don't actually go out here and do some shit with themselves. They actually just sit on the internet all day because they want to feel good about themselves. That's how people feel good about themselves. They'll put up a tweet It'll go viral and they'll say, yeah, I did something. You ain't did a motherfucking thing. You ain't did shit. You put up a tweet and you still dealing with bullshit in your regular ass life. You still have to pay bills. You still got to take care of shit. You still have to live. You still have to grow the fuck up. Problems are awaiting you. Why do people think nobody has problems out here? They say 20 million can end world hunger. There are literal fucking billionaires on this planet. The only reason world hunger has not ended, which is crazy because now hold up. And then when you think about world hunger, think about the food shortage. How the fuck is there a food shortage on a planet that literally grows fucking food? How is there a food shortage? I'll tell you why. Because the people in place that make the most money with this shit got too competitive, and then they got so competitive that they started making food not food, and then they started producing fake food, and then fake food became such a popular thing because it made more money for the people in charge that now the farmers and shit can't even fucking maintain or sustain a farm because they're not getting paid by the same people they're getting paid from, and they can't sustain their fucking farm because these niggas is going to get rubber chicken to put in your goddamn fillets. We are on a planet that reproduces and creates life. Why is there a shortage? Why is it damn near illegal to grow your own food without having any type of permits or an okay from your government? What? I can't go out and grow some goddamn collard greens without having to let y'all know? Then I gotta pay a tax to y'all for growing my own food in my own backyard? Man, look, the way this world is set up, this is why I think the way that I think today. Care about what you care about. Do what you need to do on this earth while you're here. But at the same time, man, don't expect things to go your way. Don't expect people to change. Don't expect things to get better or worse. Just, we are literally in a time of unexpectations. We decline, and then we find a way to kind of try to push back up, and then they're like, nope. More fuckery to ensue. More things to worry about. Getting distracted by things going on in people's personal lives that have nothing to do with us. We sat up here for 2 weeks trying to figure out the updates to, the Meg and Tory trial. Meanwhile, something actually major is happening on this planet that we ain't even paying attention to. What laws have they passed in the last 2 weeks? Do we know that? Things that actually will affect all of us, not Tory Lanez or Meg the Stallion. Fuck them niggas. What has happened that has actually affected us over the past 2 weeks? Can we actually remember that? Distractions. That's my new word. Just like Dr. Umar say donations, that's my distractions. Misleading. Controversy. Distractions. That's the shit. I will play that clip every time there's some bullshit trending that has nothing to do with nobody else but those people, and we only pay attention to that. Number one trending topics be some shit that we don't have, that have no fucking correlation to us at all. And then people will try to make it that too. Like, oh, this is about every woman and every black woman that didn't know, man. This is about 3 drunk motherfuckers who did some stupid shit. Stop correlating these people's lives to y'all, because y'all don't know these niggas. They don't know you, and y'all act different. Y'all are human beings who have different personalities and different traits in your life. These people ain't doing the same shit as you. They ain't been in the same situation as you, and you're not going to be in the same situation as them. Point blank, period. We need your time and your labor. Why hasn't, if things are increasing, if the price of things are increasing, why hasn't wages increased for people? If our government knows that they're upping prices on everything, why would they not do it for the people that have to work just as hard to push these products out? Sounds a little slavey to me. Sounds a little slavey to me. I'll bet on trying to do shit for myself and try to build my own brand and try to have revenue come in through my own brand than trying to make somebody else filthy rich while they continue to fuck us over and put us in a fucked up position. Having to get up early in the morning just to go and make you money while you give me crumbs of what it is that you make, and we do the brunt of the work. I don't give a fuck how long you've been doing this shit for. I don't give a fuck how long you've been building this company. I don't give a fuck about how whatever you had to go through to maintain this company. You, at the end of the day, have to rely on your employees to make sure that you continue to make the revenue that you do. Point blank, period. Which is why the fuck I will get the fuck up and walk the fuck off a job if you disrespect me or think that you can disrespect me or get away with some bullshit with me. Is my name anywhere near ownership on this motherfucker? Peace. Y'all find somebody else. This ain't detrimental. This ain't hurting y'all. Y'all will bring somebody in tomorrow for an interview. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Don't let nobody treat you like shit where you at. Especially if you have a real skill too. If you have a real skill and people treat you a certain way at where you work at, where you employed at, you don't allow that shit to happen. You should be running shit somewhere. Point blank and period. Now, I already talked about the black-owned bank. Y'all know about that. Shout out to King Lukey. Shout out to King Lukey for the 10, man. He gave some tithes and offering today, man. If you enjoyed today's service, Friday service, man, you know, I'm gonna send around the collection plate, man. You can dap it up a little bit and pass that bitch, or you can donate to the Church of GMS. The Cash App is right here, man, right below, man. Appreciate y'all. Like I said, you know, you can do super chats and stuff like that, but you know, YouTube is like Creflo Dollar and and those type of passes. You know, they gonna take their percentage, and they take half that shit. So when you give like $2 or $4, they take half that shit. No matter what it is, they gonna take half. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you know where the money's going to. You know exactly where it's going to. It's going to me so that I can get new things and continue to pay for these fucking extra shits to make this shit go. Do y'all know about that? I know there's a few people that may stream that might be in the chat that understand that, but like, I can't just go live like this. Like, I have to pay for certain shit. Like, I have to pay for streaming, the streaming apps and shit. I gotta, you know, there's other apps I gotta do, and this is not to you know, make anybody give tithes and offering. I'm just saying what I have to do with this shit, and of course I've been maintaining it, but it's just, you know, we do this shit, we really do, and we really and I care about this shit, and like I said, regardless of whether or not people, you know, donate to the show, I do it because I want to do it. I really do love doing this shit. I'm about to be doing it again tonight at 8 o'clock on 3Gs. Make sure you pull up to that because we're going to talk about a lot. We missed last week, because it was the holidays, but we got a lot to discuss tonight. So make sure y'all pull up to 3Gs podcast at 8 p.m. Now, like I said, do your due diligence, man. It's about that time. I got to move around, man, relax for a little bit, kick it. Try to go see some family a little bit. My brother's in town from Denver. My other brother's in town from New York, so you got to go do some family things. See the nephews, see the nieces. But I appreciate y'all, every single one of y'all. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't shared this video. Hit me on my socials. I'll hit everybody back. I'll follow you back. You follow me on there. Tithes and offering go to this Cash App right here. Put a GMS in the chat and also leave a comment on this video when the live is over. Let me know what you thought of today's service. Encourage the Black Bank. We're going to make that happen one day. We're going to change the whole course of churches. Oh, I'm going to fuck the game up. Them pastors, they going to come for me, man. That's when they'll put their money together. They don't like to spend their money on shit that they don't want to. They spend it on all types of fancy shit. They ain't going to want to do it, but they going to have to. They're going to have to put all their money together. He said, we got to stop this nigga, man. He is building a black bank. He's not taking the money from the congregation. He's just saving it. What is he doing? What is this nigga doing? We got to get the fuck out the paint. Shout out to Glittery Bubbles. Knockout Noda. Black Man America. North Mem. 901 Areas Baby G. Southern California. Sean Harris. Bell. I already said Knockout Noda. Heroic Dose. 11. Binky Bianca in the building. I'm about to smoke some. I'm about to smoke some. I'm about to smoke some. Ben Frank in the building. It was a dope show today. Make sure all of y'all, every single one of y'all, hit that like button on the way out. I want to see y'all in that comment section too, man. If you really fuck with the GMS show, let me see you in the comment section. Above all, I want to see y'all there, man. It's a party in the comment section. We're going to keep it live over there. Trust me. Hey, shout out my nigga Knockout Noda for the 20 for the tithes and offering. Amen. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Blessed. We are blessed. And you are a blessed individual. See, I'm not going to say, hey, if you give me tithes and offering, you will be blessed. You already blessed. Look what you did. That's called good karma. That is a good thing. That's positive energy. That type of energy comes back to you because that is the way the universe works. You hear me? GMS fam, the green room. It's time for me to get up out of here. But before I go, Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year. Happy fucking New Year. Let's play a new beat, by the way. We're going to play a new beat while we get out of here. Happy New Year to the GMS fam. Appreciate y'all. Blessings. Amen. Shando. We out.